New sound
Who
effects.
needs music?
And we're live.
Welcome everyone to another episode of D&D with Noobs, Campaign 2, Episode 40. I believe Olaros had our recap for the day.
Yes, and it was a great recap. I mean, we had a good episode on this one. It was fun. Lots of stuff. We left. We were in the temple, and we had one dead, and we started looking around. And we found there were other dead nearby, and there were other wings we could see behind there. So we started exploring the different wings, trying to see what was going on. We ran into 5 more bodies in one area between the front and the back, and then um, as we went into the kitchen area, there was two. Two rooms off of that, and then in the sides, and then one in the back. And we went into those rooms, found more bodies. We found a total of 8 bodies that were all the priest and his followers that were underlings that were all dead, throat slit. It was horrendous. And as we came back in, let's see.
Oh yeah, a
It,
lot of
think
good stuff.
Oh, it was. Well, it was pretty. There was a lot of bodies, you know. Then we were in the back room, and we hear a scream. We're going through the rooms in the back, the individuals, because there were several wings off the back, and we hear a scream. And we went running into the front room, and there was a woman down by the that was kneeling down by the priest. And so we came running in, and she looked up at us in real fear, and Olero said to her, "Ma'am, we just got here. Be calm. You know, we just got here. We're finding out what's going on. We're not the ones that did this." She said she recognized the garb that I was wearing and said, "Okay," as she understood that we weren't. Um, and so we talked to her for a bit. She knew the priest, um, but we asked if she had heard anything or seen anything, and she hadn't. And so we said, well, we were going to go get some guards and tell them what had happened and see where we want to go with this. And so we let her out. We said, you don't want to go in the back. It's even worse back there. So we let her on out and sent her on home. And we headed for the guards. When we went to the nearest guard station, Rigel took over at that point because he knows these people, and he started talking to them. But what was kind of a bit disturbing was they didn't seem all that as they're aware of these kind of things happening, and they said it was new to hit a temple, that these people hadn't been hitting temples, but that bodies had been dropping. And so they said they'd send some troops to investigate, and that they might want to talk to us. The captain of the guard might want to talk to us. We told them we were staying at the South Gate Inn, and they said they would come and keep us informed as to what their investigation found. We got back to the tavern and we beckoned all to the table. Timon was playing, and he goes, "Hey," he was in his zone, so um, he just kept playing. But Victor came over, Dolos came over, or Dolos had been out shopping, looking around the town, all that stuff. But he came back to the inn about the time we were gathering up, and so we sat down and filled him in on the story, and we said we've got to figure out what we're going to do here. And we had a really great debate at the table, with everybody having their own ideas of what should be done. And that's when Timon said that we might need to go to the lower, seedier side of town because we needed some information on these guys, and nobody seems to know about them. And he thought that might be the place to find it, which actually made sense. So, but then we decided that the ones that needed to go there was Dolos, Victor, and Timon. That Olaros and Ryle and Devad would stay back because we wouldn't be able to get the same kind of response. So we ordered ales, sat around, and and uh, uh, they took off. And they went and talked to Timon went and talked to a guard, wanted to know where, or maybe it was the bartender who sent it. Yeah, it was the bartender.
Bartender.
To find out what part of town would be best to go to. And the guard said that it was up on, I think, the northwest of town was kind of the place where you'd want to go. The northeast. It was the northeast of town, and it would be a good place to go check out um, where the old marketplaces were, the underbelly of the town, trying to hope to find some answers. And so they took off. We did ask Dolos at the time if he had seen anything while he was out, and he said he had seen an excessive amount of guards, but nothing that seemed out of place, nothing that would lead him anywhere. And so they headed up to the northeast of town, and they found an inn up there that they went to. Uh, as they came into the place, they said it was pretty rank. There was a lot of drunks hanging around. Uh, you had your prostitutes and people playing with knives, and it wasn't a it was Timon's kind of place, but he's a sailor. And they saw a bar or a tavern called the Empty Mug, and they said, let's head in there. And when they got in there, it was a busy tavern. And they had like three bards up on stage that were going like crazy. And Timon goes, "Hey, I can fit in here." And so he just pulled out his mandolin and started up on
Dulcimer.
or his dulcimer, yeah, yeah, dulcimer. Thank you. And headed up onto the stage. And one of the bards gave him kind of an eye, like, "What the hell are you doing?" But then he saw his mandolin slash dulcimer, and and then he said, he kind of smiled, said, "Yeah, come on, join us." Well, this must have really turned Timon on, being in this kind of a bar, because he was a hit. He just rocked. And boy, everybody was just screaming and stuff. However, I've got to give him credit. He did not lose track of why he was there. Normally, he'd just get drunk and start hitting on the ladies, but he was keeping his eye on the room. Um, Victor went and sat down he found one little empty table back there and sat down, and brought out some cards, and Dolo sat down with him. And this lovely waitress approached, about 300 pounds with a wart on her nose. Real lovely. I called her Princess.
Very handsome.
Yes, yes. And Victor orders ales. And when when it arrived, uh, she said there was no extra cost for the food that was left around the rim of the mug. They were pretty dirty glasses, but the ale in there was strong enough that you could drink it. It was no problem. Um, Tolos drank some from it, and the hair on his head stood straight up. They said that brought him in and made him a man more than the waitress did. Um, but they're all everybody knows why they're there, and Timon notices some private conversations going on, and so does Victor and Dolos. They're watching, and there was like three different groups out there. There was some drow and some humans and some tieflings. They were all kind of in different groups, but they were not there to party. They were talking, and on the tiefling ones, I think there was, or the gnomes. They had there was a gnome and two dwarves. That's what it was. They had a map on the table, and both Victor and Timon are giving each other eyes from a distance, noticing these things that are going on. And so Victor sends Jaranka off towards the table with the map. Yeah, it was two dwarves and a gnome. And the Zaranka was invisible, so he got up nice and close, and he heard them planning a break-in into a building. And so we're going, okay, that's interesting. Couldn't tell what the drow was talking about, the group of drows or the humans. We couldn't get close enough to hear what they were saying, but they were obviously talking. Um, he picks up Victor. Let's see. Oh yeah, Victor laid out some gold and some cards, and without any hardly any delay, there was a couple of guys that sat down and said, "It's time to play." And named off a bunch of games, different types of games, different hand types of poker game. But the one that Victor settled on was the Devil Picks His Nose.
It was
And
the Devil's Nose Ring, I believe it was.
oh, okay. Well, when
Pretty
I heard,
close.
I like that one better.
okay, the Devil's Nose Ring. Um,
That other
but
was just a slight variation.
yeah, just they played. They were playing out throughout the night. They were going. Dolos joined in. Just he didn't want to look out of place. He lost a little bit, but I think he lost about 5 gold. But Victor picks up. Victor's a gamer. He knows it. Picked up about 20 gold. But then he struck up a conversation. And mentioned that we were new in town, and that he was asking. He was being a good job of kind of probing and letting him know that we wanted some work, that we were interested. The guy said that the drows hire people for work that is kind of under the table type work, and that he could make a little money if we went over there and mentioned his name. His name was Rufus. Although the drow ended up leaving just before we were heading over there, but we were still thinking about the guys with the maps and all that stuff. But Timon wanted to get a closer look at that. So when he was done with his, we were getting later in the evening. So he says it's time to go, and he pretends to stumble like he's drunk or not, but he wasn't, to spill beer onto the humans to see so what would happen. But as he fell in there, he saw one of them stuff a pouch into his coat, and the guy was upset. But Timon said, "I'm sorry, I'm just feeling my oats," and he'd been playing so good that they were kind of tolerant, and he filled their glasses with his wine. He's got that wine bottle that'll do everything, and so that made them all happy. But then they went. So he didn't get busted up. That was the point. Then they go to leave, and Timon was trying to talk him into staying, but he couldn't do it. But he brought up the temple to see if that would spark something in him. And he brought up the number 7. And one of them said, "That is best not to ask too many questions around here." That was all he got out of him. But then, as a parting shot, they told him that the waitress could show him a good time. Yeah, but then they ended up leaving. Um, the dwarves and gnome were still there. Zranka is still filling them in on what their plans are. Dolus thinks we should follow them. That they should follow the 3 out. The 3 get up and leave, and Jaranka follows them. Dolos and Victor then follow after that. Dolos did say goodbye to the princess, and she gave him a nice smile, said, "Come back, sweetie, when you're ready." Uh, now, as they headed out, see the Drow had already left, so we don't know where they went. There was a discussion to see if we could find them, because we thought the fact that they do this seedy underwork, that they might have some that the three are planning to do a robbery. That doesn't mean they're going to kill somebody, whereas the Drow might be more into that. But anyway, they were gone, and so after a short discussion, it was, they're gone. We can't find them. We know where these guys are, so let's follow them. So the three start to go through. Now they were following at a distance to stay to so that they couldn't see them. And as they got back into the another part of the district, trade district, they saw a grate down that led down into the sewer, and they looked around. This is the dwarves and the gnome, and then they disappeared into the grate and dropped down into the sewer. Zaranka followed them, and as Dolos and Victor are pulling up, getting ready to probably follow them down in there like with Sharanka, there was a massive explosion, and Zaranka is dead again. And that is where they're
Watch that guy
startled.
butter.
They're looking at the grate, smoke coming out of the hole, and
All right.
that's where we left off.
All right. So you get a point of inspiration. Congratulations.
Finally. Don't use it up
And
today.
there was one small thing you missed.
Oh.
When the waitress proposition Timon, his face kind of looked something like that.
Well, I saw it. I just wasn't able to put it across quite like that. So
It never gets old.
Do I amuse you?
Yes.
yes, you do.
Play that dulcimer.
Yeah.
So oh yeah, we need to roll to see who's doing
got
the
the
next one.
next recap?
Okay.
Looks like could be timing. Oh, might be Ryle. God, look at all those low numbers. Holy shit.
Get him out
Hey,
now.
get him out of the way right now. You're
Yeah.
later.
Oh,
Get
wow.
Ryle
Uh-oh.
inside.
It's a
Ooh,
roll
Wow,
off.
look at that!
I know. Holy shit.
A roll off between the doses.
And another 6.
Looks like it's a Ryle recap.
Yeah.
all right.
You're muted, Ryle.
That's why he's crying.
He's just
I'm
ashamed
crying
of
in
his brother.
silence. I had dogs going nuts. But yeah, recap is mine.
All right. So you are standing near this sewer entrance, and you just see this cloud of debris and smoke kind of coming out of this the sewer entrance after you heard that loud explosion. And, Victor, you have felt your connection to Zranka terminate quite abruptly.
He's going to reassign. He's going to be reassigned to someone. Someone safer. Oh man.
Someone
All
who
right.
doesn't offer them up for.
So how far were we away from this explosion?
When the explosion happened, you were, I'd probably say, 40 yards.
Okay.
So you were a safe distance. That you didn't.
No damage or feeling blast.
No.
All right. Well, I think we need to try to. I think we need to try to go see if there's anything left, but we definitely don't need to go any further without. Well, Dolos, you're pretty skilled in these manners. Seems like maybe you could find something these guys didn't.
I mean, I would go search what's left down there. I'm not sure. It didn't sound like they went very far in there before there was an explosion.
No, they
So if
didn't.
it's like that all the way down there, might have some other issues on their hands.
Mm-hmm.
Their caution's understandable.
But I'm gonna look around. Is there anybody around us?
I'd like to give him bardic inspiration.
To look.
You're
Just to
You're-
look.
Yes. So go ahead and roll a perception check. Actually, all of you probably like.
ooh. That's why we send Dolos.
I
I had advantage on that, right?
Not quite, but
you had
Dolos-
disadvantage because you're sad.
you start kind of going to the shadows and heading that way, and I'd say that you're still on the tail end of your pass without trace spell, so that's still active if you do decide to stealth. But you do hear several footsteps approaching the area. It seems that explosion may have drawn some attention.
Is that in the sewer part, or I know I can't ask.
Well, the
Or
sewer
the
was
town people.
it sounds like it's coming from the street.
Shit, it's the cops, guys.
Cops.
I assume guards may show up if there was an explosion
Yeah.
in town.
Yeah, see that?
There has to be.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I mean, the explosion it may have been contained down below the sewer. Doesn't sound like it, but
I mean, you were 40 yards away and you could hear it.
Yeah,
very
you'll just
clearly.
be coming up with the crowd anyway. You'd just be one of the crowd.
Just why I don't eat at a tavern no longer. Just was an example of what happens to me the next day.
they went in down like a grate, right?
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think we need to probably get out of here one way or another.
Yeah, I don't think there's much we can do here. I think it'd probably be best to leave.
Okay. So are you going to stealth out of the area? Or are you going to just kind of go the way you came quickly? What are you planning?
I wasn't involved. I'm just gonna walk away.
Yep. Walk away. Walk away.
All right. So you guys walk away. The footsteps seem to be you go in the opposite direction of the footsteps up.
So they're coming. The footsteps are coming down the hall, like down the sewer. That the
No, they're coming
No.
like on the street.
Yeah.
They're coming like towards the area that the explosion.
Towards the, yeah.
So are we all together at this point?
Just the three of you are.
Yeah.
I quietly say, Dolos, where's your sense of adventure? We need to go down
It
there.
got left in the sewer when
Got
that
left-
explosion happened.
That will not serve us well.
It got blown up with Zrakna.
It
I
lies as the
decided-
rockness that remains.
I head towards the sewer stealthily.
Ooh.
Oh. Well.
Okay. Timon, you are and you get pass
That's a
without
plus
trace.
10,
So
yeah.
it would be a 30 stealth. So
Wow.
you are very quiet, very low to the ground, and you start getting closer to the sewer. You get to where you see the grate that Victor had described, and you still see like smoke coming out of it. As you get closer, you do notice that several guards are getting close to the area, and they're looking around. They see the smoke coming out of the sewer as well, and they start looking down in there. One of them reaches down and tugs on it, and it comes right up, and he's very confused about that because these are usually pretty well secured. One of them hands the other one his spear, and he says, "Cover me, I'm going in." He goes down into the grate. The other 4 guards that are with him kind of surround the grate and are looking around. They're saying, "What do you see down there?" You hear a voice call back. "Oh, it's pretty ugly down here. Looks like they tripped something that the magic shop had set up. Not a lot left down here.
Mm.
Can you
Did you?
tell the identity of the attackers?" I think there were some dwarves.
I see a lot of hair.
Not sure. That could have been a gnome or a goblin or something. Can't really tell.
Oh, so I hear all this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
there might be more of them. You guys may need to scan the area, see if you can find anyone.
okay, well at this I kind of turn tail and head back to the guys,
Okay, make another stealth check.
and
Going to jail.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's got a plus 10.
Well,
Yeah.
he would have if he hadn't kind of left the area of effect Dolos's
Yeah.
Oh.
pass without trace, because you have to be close to him for that
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
to. So, Timon, as you're creeping away, you don't notice that there's just an empty beer bottle in the alleyway. Clink, 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 clink.
Take it down the road.
and
What's your reaction to that?
I cringe for a second. I cringe and I mutter to myself,
Write that down.
"No empty bottle belongs in the street. It belongs in the tavern." And I slowly get up, knowing that there's no use in trying to run or hide, because Timon's been in a situation like this numerous times.
Yes.
So
Give me 3 steps, mister.
he quickly goes to the guards before the guards go into full alert mode, and he says, "Greetings, sirs. Me and my fellow party members were just at the empty mug, and we were on a mission here for searching about the clerics in the other district who had suffered horrible deaths, and we were investigating what had been going on, and we had tailed two dwarves and a halfling from the tavern who had a map and were acting suspiciously in the tavern, and they went down to the sewer. The sewer blew up. We were going to go back and report to the city captain, and we're fairly certain they're linked to what happened to the clerics at the temple. So, by the way, where are my manners? My name's Timon Siresong. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
And you said that you had people with you. Where are they?
Yes, they're down the alley this way.
Oh, jeez. Follow me, guards. It'll be fine.
At least we're in the tavern. So.
All right. One of the guards, he has slightly different garb on his shoulder, which you've noticed that Ryle wears. It's kind of like a rank insignia.
Mhm.
He says, "Well, lead me to these fellows you have."
And I forgot to mention we have a Sandstrom native with us. His name is Rigel. His father served in the town of Sindelsong. He's an eldritch knight, and he has joined us on this hunt, and I'll be glad to lead the way."
Victor, did you cast darkness?
Yeah. How far away are we from them?
Victor, it looks like you did.
I'd say probably about 30 yards away.
So we can hear this then.
Yep.
Eh.
How many guards is he talking to?
There's 4 guards.
4 guard. He's talking to all 4 of them.
Well, they all kind of approach at the same
Yeah.
time.
I look to
There's
Dolos.
one that's still down in the sewer.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out.
As soon as Timon says, "I'm here with other people," I look at Dolos and say, "Should we be around for this?"
I
And you're
don't know
like,
this man. I've never seen this man before in my life.
oh shit!
Just gonna.
Well, they're still approaching. They haven't reached you yet.
Yeah, I'm
So.
gonna start walking away.
Yeah.
I'm,
So,
not a fan
Y'all
of.
stealthing away, or
Yeah.
okay? So stealth check from Timon and from Dolos.
Is past tray still going, or am I?
Oh yeah,
I need to
we're still-
recast it. Okay.
yeah. It's on its tail end though. You probably have a few more minutes left on it.
Well,
Oh.
they don't see
Yeah.
me.
Oh, you
Well, you
don't
got-
know where they are.
So both of you just you find all the right shadows to hide into, and the spell kind of makes you merge into the shadows almost as you sneak away quietly and without any sort of trace. Timon, you come back to where you left your party members, and they are nowhere to be.
Quickly realizing that Timon is going to have it in for Victor and Dolo.
Jabaited.
Starting his own list.
He knows they're here. So he's going to bank on the fact that they already headed back to the tavern where Rigel and the other party members are waiting. So I'd like to convince the guards that they could follow me back to the tavern in the other district.
And how would you?
How would I? What?
Go ahead and describe
Kinda-
what you say to these guys.
I say, there must be, there was a misunderstanding. I told them to wait here. They must have interpreted that wait back at the tavern with Rigel and the others. I could lead you there right now if you don't mind.
Yeah, I suppose that's fine. But yeah, we're gonna have to bring you all in for questions.
Oh, that's understandable. But there's no need for that. We've already been sent to investigate. We've already been to the temple, the clerics,
Who
and spoken
who
to the
sent
guards.
you?
The captain. Captain of the guard himself.
There's several captains. Which captain did you speak to?
The captain of the district. I wasn't actually standing there when Rigel was speaking to him, but Rigel relayed all this information to us.
Well,
To
we'll
be
need to
fair,
speak.
sir. To be fair, sir. How often does a bard come to you in this part of town with this kind of story, trying to find the murderers of clerics?
In my experience, there's been several bards who came to us with colorful stories that didn't always seem to pan out.
That's understandable. I've known a few of them myself.
So yeah, let's lead us back to this tavern. Which tavern did you say you were staying?
Someone help me. I don't remember the name.
Southgate Tavern.
Yeah, that one.
that one.
That was that voice from the sky.
Okay, so around this time, back at the tavern, Dolos and Victor show back up.
But where's Timon?
Well, we should probably get our story straight.
This doesn't sound good.
What did you guys do?
Jeez.
We were
didn't do
able to
anything.
track.
We
we
had
were
such
able to
a
track
good
a
plan.
group of. We were able to track a group of dwarves and gnomes to a sewer, and when they went down, there was an explosion, and of course, with explosions, the guards will come, and Timon decided it'd be a good idea to go try to convince the guards that we had nothing to do with it, and they're on the way here to visit with us.
Wait, okay,
Oh,
so
God.
That's the short of it.
do they?
Victor,
did you guys blow
you
something
actually-
up?
I don't
You wouldn't
talk
know
with
for
the cops.
yeah, Victor. You wouldn't know for sure that they were on their way back here. You didn't
Oh, I
hear.
assume. Okay, we got
Yeah,
out of there.
but I mean, it's a safe assumption to make.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. This sounds like a good time for me to go to bed.
Like the way you
You
think
know
in your
how I like
house.
my sleep.
I'll be right back.
Same. I got to feed my dog.
The whole time, Tom is just shaking his head, muttering to himself.
Yeah, Pugsley leaves me alone till around 10, so that's great.
That's nice.
I know.
Yeah, Jack, he only sleeps about 2-hour segments right now. So every 2 hours he wakes up and wants to go outside.
Fun.
Yeah, for Amber, not my problem.
So,
Actually, I gotta. Oh, Victor's not here. Never mind. Well, I was gonna say something to him.
We need Victor to continue the story.
well, wait a minute.
I mean, I understand I made mistakes with the Wand of Wonder, but dang.
Look, man, I don't do
You're the
cops, okay.
yeah, you're the shady group. Half of our party. You guys shouldn't be talking to cops.
I mean, hanging out with Rigel's one thing. You know, I've not been a big fan of that. You know, him being an officer of the law, but I've dealt with it. Talking to a cops right after an explosion? No, I don't do that.
Even the cops tell you don't talk to cops. Wait for your lawyer. Only talk to your lawyer. Because anything you say can and will be used against you.
I was walking away from that explosion for many reasons.
And so Victor is being held down by the two guards with one spear in his
I cast Eldritch Blast.
Victor,
So-
do you want to deal with these guys at all?
Okay, so what happened?
No, nothing's happened yet.
Nothing,
I'm just
yeah.
saying, since do you want to stick around here, or do you want to head out?
Are you guys forming your own party?
Yeah.
Are you leaving?
Yeah.
So you're saying there was an explosion from some people you were trailing, and
Yeah,
now
I'm watching the
Timons
door, by the way.
was talking to guards, and
The last
Either-
we saw Timon, he
he's
was
either-
talking to the guards.
he's either in jail or they're on their way here.
Correct.
Yeah.
And my thoughts were, Ryo, it would come better from you, a fellow guard, that we were in the area of a reported crime than a couple of people that look, such as ourselves, standing in close proximity to it.
It makes sense to me.
How many people are around us?
right now, it's getting pretty late. A lot of the crowd
Just
is
the
kind of
hardcores are there.
a lot of the crowd is kind of dwindled out. There's probably a dozen people in the room.
Ola
Have
was
we
in
just-
bed.
Darkest corner of the room and hang out there.
Okay.
Are we
Not
attracting
shady at all.
attention of any
And
of
when
the
I do-
regulars?
When I go over there, I'm casting rope trick, and I'm going into my little bubble.
Do you have rope trick?
Yep.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
Right.
I'm not familiar with that. What is it?
Yeah.
So basically, like this little hole into nothing appears over his head with a rope coming out of it. He climbs the rope and pulls the rope into the hole, and you can't fucking see him. He's gone.
That puts the party down to 4.
That's all right. He's just in the bathroom, I think.
Yeah, he'll be back.
Anyone else?
there's
How
room
big
for
is
one
that
more.
hole?
It can fit 8 medium-sized creatures.
Oh wow!
Really?
If
Yeah.
you're strong enough to pull yourself up a rope.
Well, it can be up to 60 feet long, but it only has to be 1 foot high. So I hope you can pull yourself up 1 foot of rope.
I don't know. I got them weak arms. I skip gym
Okay.
class a lot.
So Dolos has gone up the rope. Anybody else going into the hole?
Well, I'm gonna have to stay out here and talk to these guards when they show up.
I think knowing our friend Timon, and he has a way with words. I think he will convince the guards to come this way. He knows where we're at.
Hopefully, he remembered the name of the tavern.
So did that? So knowing that they're coming here, does that convince you that you need to hide or that you need to stay out?
I'm gonna stay out too.
I'm staying out.
And then while I'm also in there, I'm casting Disguise Self on myself.
He's gonna come
I'm gonna
out.
come back out, and I'm just gonna go sit at the bar.
All right.
Boy.
So what are you disguising yourself as?
Just
Oh,
a regular old
The gnome that
human.
got blew up.
Patron.
I'm just plain face. Nah, don't look
You're
like anyone.
Nondescript.
You're
Yeah.
you're nondescript John Doe
He
sitting at
blends
the
right
bar.
into the background.
A little
I'm
dirty, a
ignoring-
little
I'm ignoring
smelly.
the party.
So as this is going on, you get cozied up to the bar, Dolos. This is when you see Timon followed by 5 guards. The other one came down out into the tavern. Weapons drawn. Not pointed at anyone, but they're drawn.
They're just prepared. Does Timon look scared, or does he look like he was having a normal conversation walking in?
He looks like anybody in manacles.
No, I'm a point between frustrated and pissed.
I say,
Still sweet talking the guards.
Yeah, I would stand up and wave Timon over to our table and the guards.
And I say, oh yes, here they are.
To acknowledge that he is part of our group.
And I kind of regale to Rigel and the rest of them why we're there with the guards.
What kind of eye do you throw to Victor?
The head guard, which you can recognize by the rank insignia. He looks at your rank insignia, right? Says, "That's odd. You wear a Sandstrom uniform, but your rank insignia looks like it's Twin Bridges."
Yeah, I lost my insignia in a battle while I was out protecting in Twin Bridges. So they gave me one of theirs. And that's where we came from. We came back we heard of trouble in the area, that the smaller villages around here were being attacked by the Seven. So we came back to defend my hometown of Sindlesong. And on the way through, we stopped at Dunes Keep, took care of number 4. And then we took care of number 6 in Sindlesong. And now we're here investigating further, and we found what appears to be number 7 causing some havoc in town. We got in yesterday. And, was it yesterday? Day before yesterday?
Yes.
We just got in town.
Yeah.
And our cleric friend here was wanting to visit his temple of Obadhai, and that's when we stumbled upon the 8 dead clerics in there.
So you're the ones who found the attack at the temple.
Correct.
Okay. We've heard of this. So I'd say that your story. Make a persuasion check. I'd say with advantage because you have all these details.
Persuasion advantage. What about deception?
Well, you're not deceiving them is the problem.
Oh, dang it. Well,
You're not looking very persuasive. Let me talk to him.
Took my beer at the bar.
we had another one.
So time it out. It looks like you're chiming in. What
Yeah.
do you say?
I add further and say,
Yeah, you noticed that Ryo was kind of stammering his words a little bit and kind of shuffling
I
his
was
feet.
nervous.
Looking suspicious as hell.
say, do remember, sir, this is the son of can't remember his dad's name, the governor of Sindelsong, who gave his life for his
Mayor.
people. The mayor of Sindelsong gave his life for his people and sacrificed himself for the good of the town. And we were able, with Rigel, to avenge his father and rescue his sister and avenge his uncle as well. And so the trail of sacrifice and death and dishonor brought us here, and we found more of it at the Temple of Obed High.
So this explosion, exactly how did it occur? Did you actually see it happen?
We saw them go down into the sewer, and then we heard it. And they did have plans to invade some magical shop. We didn't get the name, but they were intent on invading and robbing, much like what the items that were missing at the temple, magic items of sorts, reagents and jewels and that sort of thing.
And what connection does this have with the Seven?
The Seven have been running amok and have been causing all kinds of theft, destruction of the sort. So we just follow the lead.
And do you believe that these robbers were in fact in league with the Seven?
I don't have any evidence to suggest it, but the behavior suggests that they're connected in some way.
Well,
I
believe
forgot. There's one other detail. There were three drow at the empty mug that mysteriously left as we were tailing the other. We were about to tail the other three, who went to the sewer, and they had mentioned to one of our other compatriots about the drow looking for. How did he say it? Mercenaries with no connection for their employer, which was also highly suspicious.
Flesh.
Thought I had muted.
You
Devout's
probably
an
unmuted.
emotional sort. Devout's an emotional sort. He gets choked up. That's
He
the
picked
sort
up
of
a
thing.
cold in the desert.
He's really a gentle giant with a giant sword.
so.
Thank you.
So it seems like your story checks out, and we'll keep investigating the side of the explosion. But it appears to be a robbery gone wrong. It seems like they learned the lesson of trying to invade the sanctum of someone who chants things for a living.
Do you happen to know the name of the shop they were intending to pillage?
Oh, that was the magic box.
The magic box. Okay. Do you have any other leads of any other sort of happenings, like what has that has happened recently?
Well, I believe, from what I understand, you know about as much as we do. Unfortunately, that people are dying. It seems to come out of nowhere.
Just like these guys. God.
And these attacks, they're obviously, as a town guard, we pride ourselves on keeping law and order. These attacks are really making the guard very on edge, right? Luckily, you ran into some of the more level-headed guards of the force. We we're not going to give you too much of a hard time. Your story checks out, but if you do find any more evidence, please do let us.
As we shall. We appreciate your kindness and
Man.
respect.
Our best plans, and then we went nowhere.
You didn't say that until they left, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
What sort of plans?
So
well, now.
So they turn to walk out, and they say, "Have a good evening, gentlemen." And
there's a cat on your head.
There is.
Sorry.
So
That actually is a good effect.
Best
Looks like
background you've had
something's
yet.
crawling out of your head.
You're pulling it out of the pocket dimension.
He pulled it out of the bag of holding.
No, he was rope trick with me. So
So you do notice that the guards are kind of they definitely seem like they try. And as they walk out, they open the front door, and on the front door, like it's like a wooden door. They open it in. There is a piece of paper pinned to the door with a black crossbow bolt.
Oh, jeez.
These damn guys.
Is there
And
something? Did the guards notice that?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
And they immediately, as soon as they see the black crossbow bolt, they kind of relax their weapons. Their weapons are at, full readiness now.
Yeah.
Two of them have crossbows, and they've knocked them, and they're ready to go. And they start kind of like looking outside and fanning the area. One of them, the one that was talking to you, actually, he rips the note down and opens it up. It was folded in half, and it has you can kind of see just from a distance that there's some writing at the bottom of it, and there's a big number 7 written.
Well, we don't have to wonder if it's 7 anymore.
We also don't have to wonder if they know about us.
That where we are, and
we've been spotted.
DM, for clarification, did I do this?
Are you number 7? So
I don't know.
I would go up. I would walk over to the guard holding the paper to ask him if I could read it.
Yes. He hands it to you and says, I believe this may have been directed at you. And all it says is, the big number 7 at the top, and then underneath it, you've tipped your hand.
Ooh.
You've tipped your hand?
Yes.
Gold.
Well.
And my other hand gets tipped 5 gold.
Now.
All right. Well, we will be on high alert, obviously. Double watches at night.
So, what did we tip our hand by being at that explosion, though, or being at the bar? Can we figure that out? Because we still don't know.
I think that's more for us to discuss internally, and not with the guards here.
Hey, Ron.
Who's Ron?
Hey, Ron.
It's a Key and Peele skit where the substitute teacher doesn't know how to pronounce anybody's name.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So they call the kid's name Aaron, A.A. Ron.
That's funny.
Oh, it's a great skit. There's like 4 or 5 of them, and they're fantastic.
Sorry, I didn't mean to distract, but that's immediately what I thought of.
All right, Mr. Guard Cap. What's his rank? I would address him by his rank, whatever it was.
Yeah, he is actually a lieutenant.
So yeah. Well, good evening, Lieutenant. We will keep our guard out, and if we find any new information, we will share it with the captain of the quarters as soon as we can.
Make sure you do. And I do fear by looking at this, may have made a target of themselves.
We'll be ready.
All right, and
I don't
so
feel
they take the crossbow bolt and the note with them as evidence. They leave.
And as soon as they leave, I cast Wand of Wonder on Dolos 7 times.
7
The problem
times.
is, you come in here, you don't see Dolos anywhere.
Oh, I heard his voice. I know exactly where he's at.
I haven't been speaking.
You did? I heard you pipe up.
He only
No,
chatted
no.
once.
Not to you guys. I'm talking to the bartender on
So,
the other side of the room.
did the black arrow that was stuck in the door leave any like residue that would be maybe unique to some
Residue.
yeah. Well, they weren't
Are
they
there
like
fingerprints on it?
yeah, was there
Uh,
black?
Make it
Like-
an investigation.
Like, I'm just trying to find out if it's like, is it tar covered? Is it covered in the ashes of goats? I don't know.
Just say what you mean. Did the drow do this?
Yeah.
No. I just want to see if maybe we can find out where they're making their blackened crossbow bolts and go from there.
So Ryle and Tymond walk over and start investigating the door where the crossbow bolt was into it, and it appears that it didn't go very deep into the door. It doesn't look like it was fired into the door. It looks like it was stabbed into it. And you inspect it, and there is just the hint of a black liquid in the mark on the door where the bolt was stabbed into
With
it.
ink.
Yeah, does it have a
Should trace
distinct
it.
odor? I sniffed the door.
All right, so Ryle puts his nose up to this. Make a Constitution saving.
Oh, jeez. I'm about to pass out.
Smacked by
Lift the
somebody.
door.
Yeah, you like inhale this very deeply.
Well, I would have
Man.
wafted it like a scientist, obviously.
That is not what you said.
Nice try.
Yeah. Here I'm sniffing.
we saw your nose go right up on that door.
Yeah.
Just start
So-
licking the door.
Yeah, so
That's step 2 if it didn't smell anything.
so you definitely catch the whiff of something acrid, and you feel something kind of hit your system like some sort of poison, but your sheer constitution allows you to shake it off. But you have a feeling that whatever it is, it's not good.
Yeah, their bolts are dipped in something that's just vile. I'm not sure where they would be producing it, but
Via like 2 of my party members.
different than that.
No, left me high and dry.
Timon, are you in jail right now? Are you dead right now?
No, because I have a silver tongue.
Yeah, it works so good.
Precarious
Whatever you
position.
did back there is no concern. I'm not there. Never mind. Sorry.
No, you see this nondescript guy at the guard just
Chiming in.
talking shit.
Timon's ready to fight him.
Bartender, those guys are pretty suspect over there. I'm saying.
You may want to get rid of that
That's how it
group.
works. Oh,
Who's this
hate
trumpet
to be with
on?
that group.
Who's this? Man, no one asked your opinion.
I think I would know that's Dolos, though, because I would have saw him go in the hole and then come out of the hole. It's a different person.
Come out a different
I wouldn't have said anything to
Yeah.
the guards, at least, but
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
know Dolos is sitting there.
Yeah, Timon wouldn't though, but
Yeah,
but yeah,
Timon has no idea.
But you do recognize the voice, I'm pretty sure, once he
Oh,
pipes up.
sorry. Let me maybe, get a
Timon
little
feels
deeper there.
betrayed. He feels betrayed.
I don't know these men.
Left behind by
So
the
were
sailor's
you?
code.
Did so
Damn shame I'm
did
not a sailor, son.
Yeah.
what happened to your what were you guys doing after the explosion?
We were investigating the sewer, and then these two decided to leave me to the guards after I had told the guards that they were right around the corner. So they basically forced me to lie to the guards.
The lion's never been a problem for you.
Yeah.
Only when I want to. It's not the
Well,
problem
look.
when I plan it.
We spent hours planning this night out, and now it's all gone for naught. And
It's
now
not
they
all
know who
gone.
we are. What are we gonna do now?
They've revealed themselves as well.
Oh, really? A
Yeah,
bolt
the
stabbed
note-
into the
the
door.
note, the poison and the arrow on the door doesn't tell you enough.
It doesn't tell me squat.
Sometimes
tell-
you have to be the bait, and that's okay.
So, are we just gonna stay here until they attack us
I
in the
think we're
bar?
gonna put Timon in the front door and just stand there and wait for a real bolt to hit him.
Does it blow your mind that the man who has the most armor and protection and everything wants to sacrifice the weakest of us all?
I want to sacrifice the one that thinks we've got information from this.
No disrespect here, but I mean that kind of behavior. You see what happened to your cleric friend.
Yes, I know.
Maybe you should learn something from it.
So while you guys were at the bar, did you find anything else other than this explosion group that
We found two groups. Although the humans started sounding like they
Who
weren't
did-
really so much in it.
who
but
did
the
we
drow-
find? You were there?
Well, oh yeah, sorry. Medding. I read the recap, so it's
Victor,
Yeah.
Victor Dolus and I were scoping out this tavern called the Empty Mug. Victor had his card set out. He beat one of the players pretty badly, and got a story from him about these drow mercenaries looking to hire people with no connection to family, to title, to anything. And they left before we could speak to them. So we followed these other three down to the sewer. Dolus went in, or was about to go in, and
Guards showed up.
no, the three were in the sewer. They set off a trap. Zarachna died because he was following them.
Oh, poor
And,
Zarachna.
they all blew to
He'll be
pieces
back.
in the sewer, and Dolos turned around to come back and tell us what had happened. And he had heard the guards coming.
Seems
And,
like a good time to run away.
Dolus, did you actually do that?
No.
Okay,
no.
okay. Making sure.
So, okay,
Should,
so I guess we can no longer try to sneak our way into their forces since we seem to be made by the Seven. They know us. And so I'm assuming there's either a spy in the guards that literally just like walked here, thanks to Timon, or the bar has a patron that is on the I see
Did all
Dolos
the
over.
guards come in the tavern?
I mean, we could send Lockett in their ranks. I mean, he
Uh,
doesn't really have any connection to anyone.
Five guards came in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did all the guards
How
come
many?
in?
Yeah, how many were escorting you, Timon?
The 5.
So then, it probably wasn't
Would
the
have been a
guards.
they all came in.
So then it seems that we may have a mole already inside this bar.
Did anyone leave though while we were here? When the guards came in?
Maybe not out the front door, but there's other doors
Yeah.
leaving this place. And that's still
Sitting at the bar.
yeah. It's that guy.
What was this guy that told you to go to the drow? Who was he?
You have to talk to Victor.
Victor.
Yeah.
Rufus.
Yeah, you were playing cards with him. What did he
Mhm.
look like? Could he Could he have been working on both sides, like
I mean,
sending us over there, but then also reporting to somebody else?
it's very possible. I mean, he was in that bar with the rest of the less reputable folks. I could see that he could definitely be working for both sides or for his own good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
How do we find this out? How do we set a trap for them? They're setting traps for us.
I mean, we could set guard tonight. I drink myself to sleep. As
Yes, we
usual,
definitely
and,
need to set
to
guards.
prepare.
I wish we had Lockett. He was a good guard.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, he would stay awake all night without problem.
Where's Lockett?
We traded him to the guards to get in here.
Pack of smokes.
Yeah. We saved like 60 gold to get in here.
I was wondering why it's so quiet around here.
I know.
Do you think maybe we should get back out of town?
No, see, I think it's like Timon said, offer ourselves up with the bait.
Yeah, but our best bait would be to get out of town so that we know that anything that comes at us is the enemy rather than in here where the enemy can be around every corner. We don't know who they are.
Yeah.
We can't go killing town folk.
Yeah, we can. It's real easy. They go down.
Well,
they go real down. Really.
Easy ones.
There's guards everywhere. Let's make a move and let everybody know we're stepping out of town and make them come to us. I don't know how we can find them in here.
That's a reasonable idea too. We could make it known that we're headed.
You're like, all right, guys, we're leaving.
That's right.
We throw our own party. We're gonna be camped just outside.
There you go.
In the RV park.
I don't think we'd have to be that obvious because they're watching us. In fact,
but
being somewhat quiet might help.
Yeah,
I don't think they would come and try to attack us out in an area where they wouldn't have an advantage. And they want to kill people in this town anyways. So if we leave, they don't care. Unless, we would need a reason to draw them out, like a hostage. But I don't know if number 7 has family or anything that would.
We don't even know who he is.
Well, he's probably got a 7 carved in his forehead. So find that guy or someone who's wearing a hat at all times. We'll just remove everybody's hat.
That's it.
Hey,
Well, look,
you're the beanie. You stop right there.
It's late. Let's go sleep on it and then get up in the morning and have breakfast and figure out a new plan.
All right, we'll need
It's
3. We need 3 up at all times, and we probably should sleep as close quarters.
Right.
It won't be me.
We need you up at least the first shift time, and you can drink, just don't drink a lot.
What?
I'm gonna try to rest.
All right, so who's taking the first watch?
I'll take first watch.
I'll be there
Okay.
too.
All right. So that's Devad and Timon. Anyone else?
Yeah, it should be 3 of us. Olaros will stay up there.
Okay.
He hasn't been doing much.
Yeah. So, Timon, are you gonna partake in some drink, or are you gonna wait until after watch is over?
I'm not drinking.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm gonna be irresponsible this time.
All right.
Ugh.
So
Good
make a
time to
con
be.
save to make sure you stay awake. 3 of you.
Jesus. It's a good thing Timon's here to slap us around.
I chuck beer nuts at both of them.
Stay awake.
Yeah. I mean, Olaros, you're pretty groggy. You're pretty sick. You've had a pretty emotionally draining day, but you don't quite fall asleep. But you kind of catch yourself nodding off.
And then I feel a
Devad
beer nut
is
bounce off my head.
Beer nuts are bouncing off my forehead.
yeah. Devad, you were sitting
Lodges
at the
in a
bar.
nostril.
Yeah, you were sitting at the bar and you were doing the open mouth Jello neck bob, like when suddenly you feel a beer nut just impact the roof of your mouth hard, and wake up and kind of chew it up and eat it. Go ahead and all three of you make a perception.
Do bars like this ever close down? I am assuming eventually the barkeeper's like, I'm going to bed.
There's
Well,
gotta
the
be a
bar-
last call.
The barkeep has noticed that you guys are staying up, and he says, I trust you all. Just gonna head on to bed myself. He goes and he bolts the door locked
Yep.
before he heads on to a room behind the bar.
I like that. Thank you, barkeep.
Yeah, so the three of you are keeping watch, peeking out of the windows every once in a while, making sure no one's approaching. Don't seem to notice anything.
Don't notice
Timon's eyeing
anything.
the tap.
No,
table.
Timon. You're doing good. You're doing good.
His shift's almost done.
Oh man.
All right. So your shift comes to an end without much incident.
Man. There we go.
Damn you, natural 20.
I don't want to be awake.
I say that every day.
So Ryle, Dolos, and Victor are for the next watch, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I've probably cut it
Alright.
out by now, so yeah.
Still
Alright, so you
sleeping.
don't need to make a con save because you've already had
Oh.
a good rest, so you don't need to make a con save to stay awake. So the
Excellent.
three of you make perception check.
I am being visible. So's Dolos.
So you guys are keeping alert, keeping watch outside. Ryle and Dolos. As you guys are peeking out of the window to make sure there's nobody out there, you notice, and this is really, really late at night. This is probably 3-4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Sounds early in the morning.
A light in the window across the street, building across from you, comes on.
What kind of shop is that, Dolos? Do you know?
Do I know? I mean, is that someplace I would have noticed when I was walking around earlier?
This is a blacksmith shop.
It's always the blacksmith. That bastard! I sold things to him.
Did he seem any out of the ordinary, or is he just getting up to start the fires and get the blacksmith going?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, he may just be getting up early. You know, if we hear banging in the next couple hours, we know he was just getting ready for.
Was he pretty sus when I went in there? Was he an imposter?
You did see him come out of a vent, but no. He seemed pretty much on the up and up. I mean, he sold you. He bought your stuff without any kind of too much. He seemed pretty friendly.
Was he wearing a hat? We may need to remove it.
Hat.
He was not wearing a hat.
Okay, so he's not covering the number 7 carved in his forehead. So I say we just, keep an eye out, make sure that but he may just be getting up for the day's work.
Yep.
I don't know what all it takes. I don't know what it takes to get a blacksmith started in the morning.
For the forge to heat up. Yep.
Yeah.
It takes 4 circling cores,
some fine wood.
some fine wood, coal.
Charcoal.
I mean, he's probably. What time did you say it was?
About 4 o'clock in the
About
So
4.
I mean, I would say this is when he starts his day's work.
Yep.
Yeah. If we start hearing tank about 6, then we know he was just working. What does the HOA fees or time say they can start working?
I don't believe that's
Yeah. A
City ordinance.
concern.
a city.
You know, yeah. When can they start the lawnmowers on Saturday? Okay. So yeah, we note that it's a thing, and continue to keep watch.
Okay. The rest of the night passes without incident. Right around 6:30 or so, you do start to hear some metal work happening across the street.
Oh, how convenient.
Yeah, yeah. That's exactly what you would want to look like you were doing if you were a spy.
Exactly.
A blacksmith doing blacksmithing.
Yes.
I mean, it's the most obvious of disguises.
Yeah.
I knew
Does
to
he own a
investigate.
mattress store.
Yeah, yeah. He's clearly laundering money through that building. All right. I guess if nothing else is going on, we would see if we could get some breakfast.
So the barkeep wakes up and you hear some pans clinking around the kitchen.
Yes.
Do you know the blacksmith?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's had his shop there for 20 years.
Okay. We
Well,
just saw his
he's
light come on
secretly
at.
been working for the 7 this whole.
We saw his light come on about 3:00, 3:30.
But he does get an early start. Takes a while for those forges to heat up.
Does the tinking in the morning ever bother you?
It did a long time ago, but it's one of those things that you just kind of drown out after a while.
Gotcha.
And I usually get up kind of early myself, try to get breakfast ready for any patrons who stay. And you do notice that a couple of the other people who were staying at the tavern are getting up and coming down and getting breakfast.
The old bed and breakfast. I like it.
Continental breakfast or
No.
Yeah.
No.
There's
Eggs
like
and
some
wieners.
extra-
Wait, what?
There's he basically sets up kind of like a buffet at the bar. He puts out like a big thing of like scrambled eggs,
Oh my god.
some bacon, and
are these powdered
toast.
eggs?
It is a continental breakfast. That's where it got its start.
Whenever I
And-
think continental breakfast, I think like bagels, cereal, and stuff like that.
Actually, they have scrambled eggs and sausage and bacon now at all of those.
But that's
And the
not-
waffle maker?
Out of a
Yeah.
And the
plastic-
waffle maker, yes,
out of a
the
plastic
waffle
I usually
maker.
do the
bag.
waffle.
Is your waffle maker, bartender?
Man,
Yeah.
I want eggs and sausage out of a plastic bag that was in a freezer.
Yeah.
Hey, they're still good.
I eat them like popsicles.
Well, after I eat my fill of breakfast, I wake everybody else up to let them know breakfast is served.
Where's it
I
all
was
gone?
already out there.
It's not all gone.
I gotta
I
scrape
was-
the side of the pan to get a few crusty eggs.
There'll be more.
He brings out a second pan of eggs. You're
Oh,
fine.
thank you, barkeep. Appreciate that.
Carrying this team really wakes up my appetite.
But now, as we sit down to the table, we're no farther than we were yesterday. What are we
Nope.
gonna do? How do we find these guys?
Well, we know that.
Timon just woke up in his
They are. I
stupor.
didn't mean you to throw your plates on the floor just because I'm asking you a tough question.
Timon stumbles through the beer case.
My cat just called me out for not cleaning off my desk today. Okay, all right.
It did sound like Timon falling through the kegs, though.
Timon Tide went on real hard after his one shift of sobriety.
Yeah, I know it. He couldn't handle it.
So, I mean, we could,
We
I don't
can
know.
walk down the street yelling "Number 7, number 7."
Yeah.
That's a quick
That's
way
not
to
a
get
good
a bolt
idea,
in the
Todd.
neck.
Warriors, come out to play.
I don't know. I really
Can
we have
Can we put together any kind of pattern that they've been doing? I mean,
Should we go talk to the captain?
Okay.
See if they've come
Crossbows.
up with anything new?
Crossbows are big. They're bulky. You can't just hide a crossbow,
right.
and that seems to be a calling card for them.
We
pulled
could
out
ask the
crossbow I've been
blacksmith.
hiding this whole time.
There are different types of crossbow. Like a hand crossbow is not hard to.
We could ask the blacksmith about the
Did you see
acrid.
the crossbow on Game of Thrones? That thing was big.
That's what she said.
That's like a long rifle instead of a pistol.
That's right.
So,
But
they
anyway,
carry the pistols.
Yeah, they got
Kyle
the
wants to
the little
accost the
hand thing.
blacksmith.
not a cost. I want to say, he's been in town 20 years. He would know a lot. We could let him be like, "Hey, we're trying to investigate
Yeah, at least he's up.
the
Wouldn't
seven."
have to ask him, I guess.
We noticed their crossbow bolts are dipped in some sort of acrid, acidy nastiness, and if he would have an idea of how it's made, because these guys obviously have to be producing this stuff or getting it from somewhere to dip all their black tar crossbow bolts in. If we find the source of that, we'll get somewhat closer. We can shake down the acrid maker and say, "Who are you providing this for?
Who are you working for?"
Who does number 2 work for?"
number 7.
Yeah, but
He's always trying to get
He
number
works for
2
the
in
plumber.
there.
so I'm gonna go talk to the blacksmith.
All right. I'll
I'm
go
gonna
with
walk
you.
over there with him.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with him.
I'm still looking for Dolos.
Dolos's makeup smeared.
Looks like Giuliani.
I see him coming down. I put more. I disguise myself again.
All right, so how many of you are going over to the blacksmith?
3
Three
so
of us,
far.
I guess. Yeah.
Okay, and they are
Me.
Me.
And me. Yeah.
okay.
The-
So the
Okay,
three.
he's met me.
Okay. So the 4 of you cross the street. The blacksmith shop, his smithing setup is kind of like behind the shop. The front is like the front facing area, and when you walk in, you hear smithing going on behind you, but the gentleman that you spoke to before time is actually in the shop.
Timon talked to him?
Not Timon, but Dolos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he was selling his stuff.
Right.
So
And he's like, "Oh, welcome back there."
I brought
Talk to him.
I brought some friends, and as you can see, these guys. I mean, they kind of need this stuff. This is what they wear.
Well, you've come to the right place. We've got quite the selection here. What are you looking for?
we're actually looking for information a little bit more than equipment as of right now. We're staying across the street at the Southern Tavern Bar. Southgate Mall. And the barkeeper over there was talking about how you've been a stable anchor in this town for about 20 years. providing wares and goods to the citizens of Sandstrom, and I think that's fantastic.
My wife and I are very proud of our work.
So we were hoping, obviously you know about the trouble that this town's currently in, and it's being attacked by someone calling themselves the Seven and slaughtering the innocent, and the church just up the street was slaughtered yesterday.
Heard
But
about
they
that's awful.
It's terrible, but every time there seems to be a common thread with these black tar covered crossbow bolts. It's almost got like a acrid, acidy smell. And I was wondering if maybe you knew how that was made or how it was developed or anything about that. We're just trying to get some information on who these guys are.
Well, I've never made anything like that myself. I just, work with the metal myself.
Sure.
I have made, the tips for crossbow bolts before. Never anything black in color. So I wouldn't really know too much about how these things are treated, but I would imagine if it was some sort of acid or potion or poison or something that maybe the apothecary would be a good place to stop by. I don't know.
Okay.
That
Do
makes
you
sense.
sell like bulk arrowheads to anybody in town particularly?
I've got an open contract with the city guard.
That makes sense. They obviously need lots of arrows to protect from
And
everything.
there are some people who go out into the wilds and hunt. They don't
Mhm.
usually get them.
Okay.
They're uh, oh, and the town Fletcher, he
He
he's
makes all the arrowheads into bolts. Gotcha. Well, we may talk to that guy too. Where is his
That's
shop
true.
at?
it's closer to the market district, kind of closer
Okay.
to this.
Well, you've been more than helpful with this information. Maybe when we
Insight
get
check him.
all right.
Seems like he's on the up and up.
He's lying, Rigel.
So it seems that if we come into some money, we can maybe get some upgrades from you. You know what I mean?
Be more than happy.
All right. Thank you for everything. And I would
Don't
take a
buy
glance.
anything, yeah.
No. I glance around. I window shop a little. Try on a chainmail coif. It's not my size.
It's all very well made.
Right.
And as you try on the coif, he says, "Yes, my wife actually does all the smithing. She's quite the craftsman."
Oh, interesting.
How
Well,
much
that's
for
even-
the quaff?
The coif there, it's price.
It's like crap. I didn't know you were gonna buy something.
Didn't plan for this.
We're off
Check the old
script.
book here.
We're off script.
Hey, I like quaffs.
When you call them a quaff, it sounds a lot
Quaff.
different.
Quaff.
Sounds wrong.
Isn't that when you cut your hair?
Yeah,
No, that's
good.
crop.
No, that's
Sounds
when you
like
when you
of,
shrink a picture.
Passing wind.
That's not that either.
That's not,
I mean, I don't have a quaff.
Right?
I
Yeah,
only know
because
Quaff from the Raven. So
so what we've learned is none of us have control of the English language.
damn English.
It's the way us hill
So
folk
for-
talk.
So for the coif, be 50 gold.
50 gold?
It's like chitin.
Does
Well, with these crossbow bolts flying everywhere. I'd like to have a quoif.
Okay.
The way you say it. Now
Coif.
we heal folk.
It's like koi pond, coif.
We heal dwarves.
So now
I
he's
call
got.
I call it a CO if.
So he's got, his armor, but he doesn't have a helmet. So I mean, it would
Right.
make some sense to wear a helmet of some flavor.
It
Sir,
would.
do you have any studded leather?
I'm gonna buy that coif.
Okay. So
50
gold.
50 gold?
Yep.
You
Mark
got
that off
it.
here.
You got it.
And so the studded leather armor. He does have some a set of studded leather. He says that the leather itself was actually taken from a purple worm, but it's been dyed a dark black color.
Oh, this would look nice with my tabard. What we talking here, sir?
It'd be 45 gold.
Oh, that seems a little steep. Would you consider taking an item and some gold as well?
What sort of item are you offering?
Do you see this orb I have in my hand here?
No.
What sort of orb is that?
I'll let you communicate over a certain distance. Haven't figured out who's on the other side yet, but it's a pretty nifty tool.
It's a magic talking box to the nothingness.
That sounds terrifying to me. I don't think
Yeah, we
What
may
about,
need
What
that.
about this fine shield?
Hmm.
Could we just make a trade?
So it's just a normal shield?
It's a shield +1.
Okay. Oh, so it is a magic shield?
Yeah.
Okay. He said, "Well, this is very nice. Absolutely, yeah. This is perfectly fine for a one for one trade. In fact, I don't know if it'd be quite kind of fair on your end. Is there maybe something
What-
else small that you need? Do you need? I've got some arrows made from the Fletcher. I've got some basic tools like I've got mining picks. Got a few swords.
I'm a bard, sir. So
You got a magic flute?
I don't have a magic flute, but I do have
I do.
this. And he goes behind the counter and he pulls out a case and he opens it up, and made out of really fine silver, he has a whistle.
Huh. Interesting. And what is so significant about the said whistle?
It's very loud. I don't know how well you could play music on it, but you could definitely alert somebody a long ways away.
Can I
Alert!
Can I
Alert!
just ask him if I can spend some time with it, and I'll leave the shield on his counter as a good measure of faith. I want to
Sure.
secretly ID the whistle as a ritual.
Okay. All right. So secretly doing a ritual would be pretty difficult.
Yeah.
For 10 minutes, he's sitting on the ground.
Yeah, going.
What are you doing?
So how long you been a blacksmith? What was?
Quick, someone distract him for 10 minutes.
Yeah, but yeah, you take your time to, identify this while your friends are talking to the smith, and it doesn't have any magical property.
So it's just a silver whistle,
It is a silver whistle, but he's offering it
along with the studded leather.
Hey, you never know when we're going to have to make bird calls.
Okay.
Maybe we'll have to referee a game later.
Yeah.
I'll be an
That's right.
umpire.
All right. So I'm getting rid of the shield +1, and I'm adding studded leather.
All right,
So in the middle
so
of the night we hear a whistle.
Well, we came over to
So you-
talk
you
to the
do
guy,
have
and
to
he's
use-
doing good business.
all right, so you take the silver whistle and the
Yeah,
the
and
studded.
I go. Yeah, I do the exchange, and I go behind the counter, and I even throw my old set of leather on the counter. Say, I recommend a good washing
Ugh.
before you,
Ew.
before you resell it.
You don't
It's
need to tell me that.
see, hadn't been too
Did you
kind.
did you want coin for that leather armor? Or?
If you want to make it fair, absolutely.
But then I'll charge you for cleaning it. So you owe me.
Okay,
Yeah.
so was that yeah, the leather armor?
Yeah,
He gives you 7 gold pieces for it.
and a whistle. And did it equip?
You may have to go into your character sheet and unequip what your leather armor, or delete the leather armor, and then
I did,
equip.
and it's not. I feel like it's still my armor class is still the same.
Check.
It should have went up one. Oh, it's 15. Was it 14?
I don't know,
I think
but I'll
it was.
BRB.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
And is this item, this whistle, in the compendium?
No, you just have to add it.
Oh, yes,
Well,
it is. It's called
oh.
signal whistle.
Yes, that would be.
The chainmail coif didn't show up in the compendium.
Yeah, it's not in there.
I didn't think
Coif.
so.
Coif.
Yeah, so
Coif.
it would be at this point with your plate mail, it would be more of a
Just yeah.
flavor piece, if you will.
Well,
Like
I
to-
still like it. I feel
like to
good
go back to the
when crossbow bolts are flying everywhere. I like having a little more metal around my head.
Yeah, maybe if you have a crossbow bolt going towards your head, I'll give you some sort of
Okay,
damage
I like it.
reduction or something.
I like it. I'll go with that.
like to go back to the tavern and quaff a pint of ale.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
And my party members don't seem to find use for this either. This Vorpal longsword that I have.
Oh, don't know if I can afford that, my friend. That's seems pretty valuable.
What about the magic shop in that other district?
They would probably be able to help you out with that. That seems more like the things that they kind of focus on.
Is Victor with us?
I actually stayed behind because I'm going to resummon Zarakna and
Okay.
spend a little time in thought.
No one wanted a Vorpal longsword, really?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So as Zarakna comes back, he's like, "Dude, what the hell?"
How was I to know there was going to be an explosion that deep into a sewer?
You knew they were breaking into an enchanter's place. You think they aren't gonna have traps?
It's fine. You're back. These are the hazards of our line of work.
Easy
yeah,
for you
well.
to say.
Well, I mean, it seems like you get blown up just as much as I do.
It tends to happen. Was there any word from anyone in particular while you were sent back to the other realm?
Well, the boss he did say to tell you that it seems like the sausage guy that's been following you around for so long now. Yeah, boss doesn't like that guy at all. He wants to make sure that the next time you run into him, he doesn't walk away.
Very well. We'll make it happen. I'll convince the others.
He thinks that maybe that guy's kind of got plans for your little group here, and boss doesn't like those plans.
I had a strange suspicion he was not on our side.
I mean, he has thrown a lot of demons at you, so and not in the good way like me. So
Very well. Consider the matter handled. So now that he's back, we'll leave the room and go look for the others.
okay. And I'm assuming Zarakna, you have him in a bird form of some sort.
Yeah, he'll something that he can travel the city and not have to be invisible the whole time, unless there's work to be done.
So yeah, he takes the form of a raven and perches on your shoulder.
All right. And I will go out and try to find the others.
I'd like to take Victor to the magic shop to hopefully get some insight.
Okay.
Possibly even Oleros.
Oh, I'll
Would
go
anyone else like
along.
to go to the magic shop?
We should split up. We got a lot to figure out here. We got to go to the apothecary, the magic shop, the Fletcher. We need to make the rounds. We should.
I don't know how much we want to split up though, because we are being.
Yeah, but it is daytime and there's lots of guards.
Doesn't matter. I'd still stay as a group.
Yeah,
That
they've killed people in the middle of daylight before.
Yeah, they have, but
So
it still seems to me like with all the guards and all the people, we could move quickly.
It's real hard to move quick with an arrow in your neck.
Yeah, we all hear the same story too when we go together. Instead of everyone trying to go to separate places and deliver the story. Yeah, the arrow guy, he had arrows.
That's not what I would care about. But okay, we can stay together. It's just, I think we also look more conspicuous when we are together. You split up, it makes it a little tougher for them to single you out. You get lost in the crowd. Except for you, Devon. You're too big.
And you're in giant shiny gold plates.
And I'm in giant shiny gold plate with a nice silver coif.
Yeah, I'm not walking near either of those two.
One's like a lighthouse and one's a mountain.
All right, let's go. But we got a lot of places to go.
We do.
And the sooner the better.
Well, we're going
right,
now.
so,
where are we going now?
Yeah, where are you going?
Whichever place is closest.
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of these places are in the market district, so they're
Right.
kind of all grouped together in this area.
Okay.
So, but the first place that you would probably reach is the magic box, the enchanter store that was attacked. Well, supposedly, attempted to be attacked. And as you get there, you notice that there are a lot more guards in the market district than there were the day before. Today, seems like the attack last night have them kind of keeping a closer eye on this district.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Who wanted to go in the magic shop?
I think Timon and I were going to go in.
All right, I'll stand outside on the porch with keeping
hang
my
out on the
eye
porch.
peeled.
Okay.
Put our ears open so that we don't have to hear different stories.
Yeah.
So, so you go into the magic shop, and there is a gnomish fellow who is behind the counter, and he is wiping things up, kind of cleaning the store a little bit. He's got like a little feather duster, and he's dusting off some dust off of different items around the shop. And you notice that there are these green orbs kind of floating around, just kind of wandering around the shop. They seem to be made of some sort of energy.
Green orbs.
Yeah.
Are they eldritch blasts that are stuck in the air?
Yeah.
They don't seem to be eldritch blasts.
Okay, that's good.
Dancing lights.
You've seen the spell Dancing Lights cast before. It's similar, but there's a little bit more substance. And the gnome sees you approach, and he's like, "Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Let me come right in. Come, please, come right on in. I've got lots of wares to sell. It's good to see some customers today." He goes up behind the counter and he climbs up on a stool, and standing on it so you can see him behind the counter. He says, "Welcome to the Magic Box. What can I help you with?"
We wanted to let you know that we that we followed some what would be thieves into the sewer, and they went right into one of your traps, and they are no more.
Oh yes,
Yes.
I heard the explosion. My bedroom is upstairs. Yeah, the guards informed me what happened. So you were following these folks then?
Yeah. Yes, we were trying to see if they were linked to one of the crimes in another district. So we
Well,
are here on important business to stop these wicked rulers that call themselves by 1 to 7, if you've heard of them.
well, they happened to trigger 3 of my delayed blast fireball traps at the same time. It didn't go well for them.
Obviously not. But
It's all the damage. Very, very well thought out protection.
Oh yeah, that's just the first level of defense. You can't be too careful when you have such valuable merchant. I do.
Aye.
Is Dolos
Speaking of-
inside? He would be
Yeah.
perked up to know there's a lot of valuables inside.
Speaking of which, and I pull out I lay some goods on the table for him. The Umber Hulk eyes and the Vorpal sword.
The Umber Hulk eyes. Those are pretty interesting. I don't really use them in my line of work, but the apothecary.
Oh, that's right. How foolish of me.
Oh, it's no problem at all. I mean, I do dabble in some alchemy myself, but nothing that really uses Umber Hulk eyes. But yeah, so this Vorpal longsword though, that's a very valuable piece. Looks like it was actually well crafted by an enchanter of some sort. What are you looking for it?
Oh, that's a good question.
let me check my gold buyer's guide.
Let me consult my packet of scrolls here and just roll them out. I don't want to insult you. What would you say? Starting at 1,000 gold negotiation?
He visibly laughs and says, friend, I'm a reputable merchant around here, and if I took that for 1,000 gold, I would be known for somebody who rips, and I'm
Oh.
not like so. I can't, in good conscience, just take 1,000, give you 1,000 gold for that.
It was a test.
And you passed.
I'd say let's start minimal 5.
Well, he pulls out a similar Vorpal sword from the back, and he says, here's one that I've got that I have on sale, and he shows you the price tag on it, 24,000 gold.
Oof.
You are honest. I'm a sailor. I see lots of things.
Yeah. Now, I'm not going to give you that much for yours because I have to make a profit.
I understand.
But
So
I'd be willing to give you 14 for it, so I can make a tidy profit.
let's say
He's going from 1,000. Let me think
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that.
Let me think about
You know
14,000.
what? Since you've done me the kindness, I'll just take it. I'm probably, I probably could have negotiated for more, but you've been super kind. And then I pull out the orb and I say, "And what about this?"
Well, it's an interesting piece, but the only problem is that it only is really valuable in pairs. You would need the one that it's linked to. Severing the link from one of these to the other is not only difficult, but it's also costly. And I'd have to create another one and link it to it. It's
I
a little bit
understand.
more work that I'm looking for right now.
I
But
understand.
but
Well, here's
do
the long
you have
story.
any idea where the other one is?
No, not at all. Well, let me take that back. I have an idea. I just not a location, but who has it.
Well, that sounds like it's none of my business. So I'm going to keep my nose out of it.
So I'm gonna set down the longsword
Okay.
and
He
set our
take
party up nicely for.
Yeah. Retirement.
Was that whose sword was that? Was that Rexar's sword?
I don't remember.
I don't think that was Rexar's sword.
I
No,
didn't know
wait,
we
it
had
was.
that.
No, that was Rexar's sword.
Like,
Rip.
I didn't know we
Rip.
had that. I don't understand why no one was using that.
Well, I'm
I
not.
mean, it's just a legendary rarity item. I mean,
Right.
that's. I mean,
I can't use it, or wouldn't use it. So
It's two-handed though, right?
you
No.
can do one-handed or two-handed with the sword.
Oh shit. Well, I guess I could use it.
Not anymore.
It's
Not
sold.
anymore, yeah.
It's only going to cost you 14 grand.
Yeah, right.
No,
it's
he's
gonna
going
cost
to make
It's
a
20
it's
grand
gonna
borrow.
cost
now.
24.
Yeah, you can borrow 14 from Timon.
Let's go in there. An elf stole a sword from me the other day.
yeah.
The
Seen
only ones that would know I'd have this gold on me are Victor and myself and who?
Me.
We're
I'm
listening
standing
at the
outside.
door. He's not whispering in there.
Oh
Yeah.
no,
Holy shit, did
I
you hear
walked
that?
in
He's
because
getting
I
14
saw him
grand
pull out
for
the
it.
Vorpal long sword at the blacksmith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, is there any kind of magical items that you are interested in?
And that I'm interested in. Do you have any? Well, I've been taking up this time. I look at Victor. I'll say, Victor, you're the warlock here.
No, quite all right. I mean, I'm not a wizard or really a practitioner of magic. I just know a few tricks. Do you have?
Modesty.
And I can't think of anything really that I need, short of
Magic deck of cards.
yeah. My cloak is very sufficient in magic, and look around. Does he have any type of like maybe a quarterstaff or anything like that?
There are several staves around. He has a staff of the adder.
Well, that's cool.
Let's see, what else does he
And
have?
the staff of the subtractor.
A staff of withering.
Wither.
Staff of wither.
Of withering. He has a staff of thunder and lightning.
I'm assuming all these are pretty expensive, eh?
This staff of wither.
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 What type of price are you looking for this staff?
bugging out. The search function's kind of wigging out.
14,000 gold.
Yeah. You're in luck.
Timon. I see the
Timon,
money's
old
still.
friend.
It's still on the counter.
The Staff of Withering. I can let that go for about 3,000.
Whoa.
Sounds a little bit above my price range.
I nudge him and say, "Don't make the mistake I made."
Yeah.
Negotiate. You have it covered.
Well, of
I'll
course.
tell you what. Since your friend just gave me a nice piece to sell, I'll knock the price down to 2,500.
I take 2,500 out of the gold pouch.
Wow.
Okay.
You've got a good friend there.
Yeah. Sounds very good. Well, Timon, I do appreciate it, and I owe you greatly for this.
Yeah, especially after leaving me in the dirt.
Yeah, we're not in jail. And we're not dead. All right, so I'll do that. And
So, do you all have any other magic items you're willing to part with? I'm always looking to expand my inventory.
I've been in there. So, do you have any
Yeah.
bracers by chance? You know,
Ooh.
maybe I just point to the bow.
Do have some bracers of archery if that's what you're hunting for.
It is.
DM, while you're looking for those
Hunting
bracers
for you.
on the back shelf, what's our max magic item limit?
3.
It depends on if it's a something that you have to have attuned. You can only have 3 attuned items, but if it does not require attunement, you can have.
Okay, gotcha.
So he says, yes, I've got some bracers of archery here for 15.
For what?
15.
1,500.
1,500.
Okay. You're
Every
breaking up
time,
a little bit.
yeah, every time it was like 15.
I'm like 15 gold.
15.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah, sold.
What's the gold to platinum rate again? Is it 100
It's,
to 1 or 10 to 1?
I think it's 10 to 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's 10. 1,500, you say?
Correct.
My old friend.
All right, I'll buy them.
All right.
Pull out 1,500. I lay it on the table.
Okay.
Everybody's got cheddar.
That's why you loot everybody.
And you notice that his eyes go green for a second, the same color of those orbs, and he says, "Do your friends outside want anything?"
Oh, we need not worry about them. Anyway.
I heard that, Dolos. And no, I'm busy.
My funds don't allow me to shop in a shop like this.
Yeah.
And Timon's kindness doesn't extend to them.
No.
And you spend it all on a queef.
Hey.
It was a nice coif. Covers his head. Keeps his ears warm.
I think it's a coif.
Look at the pronunciation.
Yeah.
Right
Coif.
there.
I knew that.
Quaff. Just to let you know, that
Keep
is
going.
the
Dictionary.com.
pronunciation.
Language rules are subjective to the culture.
That is true.
Can't believe he altered the page just to do that.
I know.
You went on Wikipedia, didn't you? You edited that.
Yeah.
I didn't edit it. It's there. It just comes up.
Saint it.
Quaff. Quaff.
All right.
Quaff.
So he's like, "Well, if there's no other business, thank you for your patronage, and thank you for trying to keep an eye on my shop after dark. I'm fairly certain of my defenses, but it never hurts to have somebody keeping it.
Yeah, well, they worked real good last night.
He says through the window.
Yeah.
Yes.
They were
Nice job.
great.
Tap, tap, tap. Well,
Thank
I
you.
We
was
saw
trying to
both-
stay in this group so I could hear what was going on. I've been listening.
I appreciate your honesty. You just remember what kind of profit you're gonna make off that Vorpal longsword.
Oh, I will. And thank you for bringing me this exquisite piece. It's very well done.
I just don't want to know how much you sell it for because it'll hurt my feelings.
We
Well, I
showed you
showed you the price tag on the
24,000.
other one. So.
Should make you feel good considering he could have had it for
Consider
a
it-
grand.
Consider it my personal investment into your shop.
Well, much appreciated. Come back if you have any magical goods.
Oh,
to-
one last thing. Please tell us if you see any activity involving someone they call the Seven.
I will. I have not heard anything about anything like that, but I've heard of attacks around town. Are you saying that the Seven are behind it?
Oh, most definitely.
Well, if any of my services can help in your investigation, please let me.
And I'd double up on your traps around your shop.
Well, up, that'd be $1 million.
I will. I think that's quite the good idea.
But you should have some pranky. You should have some pranky type things as well. You know, something to just keep the customers on edge as they come in.
I've got to call it, guys. I'll see y'all Thursday.
All right. See ya.
Oh.
And we'll probably go ahead and call it there anyway.
Oh,
All right.
no cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Shopping cliffhangers. Hello.
Yes.
Where will the barkeep spend all that coin? Will the little gnome turn us into the Seven? Is the withering staff actually withering, or is it just a stick? Find out Thursday.
That's right.
Guys, I think we
Six
can break
thir-
into this place.
Sir, you said that out loud
Just
right
ask
after you
the
put
ride.
on,
Right.
right after you put the
Oh,
bracers
I
on.
said that out loud.
All right,
so
guys.
See you guys later.
We will
Normally,
see you Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Be there or be square. Bye.
okay.